It started like any other Monday in room 13 of Eastwick High. Overhead lights flickered with migraine-inducing persistence as rain pelted the windows, drowning out Ms. Peretti's lecture on geometry. Jen, the quiet girl in the back, counted the seconds until the final bell. She didn't know there'd be no escape tonight. The story of room 13 was old news. Students whispered about secrets locked in the supply cupboard, about a janitor's tragic accident no one would discuss. But Jen didn't care until her phone buzzed, a message, stay after school, alone. She glanced around. Everyone seemed oblivious. Not even Dylan, who thrived on horror gossip, noticed her trembling hands. When the school emptied, Jen stayed, curiosity beating her anxiety. The storm outside was now a screaming wind. The light above her desk dimmed, humming louder. Then the door slammed, locked from the outside. Jen bolted to her feet, the fluorescent tubes strobing erratically. A shadow flickered beneath the teacher's desk. Jen stepped closer. Every horror movie she'd ever watched screamed in her mind, "Don't do it." But she had to know. She knelt, finding a pale envelope taped beneath. It read, "The answer is in the cupboard. Don't look behind you." The supply cupboard had always been off limits. A faded label, "Stay out," was the only warning. She tugged it open, coughing as old chalk dust filled the air. Inside, folders yellowed with age spilled across the floor. Behind them, a fragment of a broken mirror reflecting something in the corner of the room, a blurred face watching. Jen whirled around, but found nothing. Heart pounding, she turned back, noticing a diary wedged into the shelves. She thumbed through it. Entries chronicled the teacher's descent into paranoia, convinced that the classroom itself was watching, listening, whispering lies. The lights erupted, a burst of blinding fluorescence. The temperature dropped. Someone, or something, was breathing behind her shoulder. Jen staggered to the door, banging uselessly. A cold finger traced her spine. She spun and faced an apparition in janitor's overalls, pale as chalk, eyes dark hollows. It spoke in a voice like static. "Detention is forever." But Jen wasn't alone anymore. Dylan's face flashed past the window, pale from the rain, wide-eyed. He screamed, shattering the spell. The door sprang open. Jen fell out, gasping, Dylan catching her arm. The principal arrived moments later, scanning the empty classroom. "Room 13, she sighed, "never should have been unlocked." Jen looked back once. The cupboard was closed. The mirror fragment reflected only the empty room. But she knew something would always be lurking, waiting for another lonely student after dusk. Monday morning at Blackwood High reeked of chalk dust and old secrets. Room 106 sat at the far end of the corridor, its door always slightly crooked, groaning when pushed. Every student knew Miss Greeley's class was where you learned to listen or you paid the price. Today, there was one desk more than usual in the classroom. It was wedged awkwardly between the radiator and the window, its legs gnawed by time. Robert Haynes, the new transfer, eyed the extra desk but said nothing. He'd heard rumors. Room 106 swallowed kids whole. Some disappeared for hours, and some, if you believe the stories, never came back. He squirmed as he took his seat, the air thick as soup. Miss Greeley sauntered in with her usual flair, a thin-lipped smile and a never-blinking stare. She started the roll call, pausing at the extra desk. "Who's sitting in the far back?" she asked, pen at the ready. Silence. The class exchanged nervous glances. Beyond the glass, rain began to spatter, tapping out an uneven rhythm. The door shrieked, the lights flickered. A chill wormed its way through the room. Miss Greeley repeated herself, voice tighter now. Robert felt a tug at his sleeve. He turned. No one there. The classroom seemed smaller, darker. The desk by the radiator trembled, emitting a low whine like a dog under duress. Annabelle, the brash class clown, joked, "Maybe the ghost finally showed up." A few uneasy chuckles followed, but suddenly the temperature dropped. Their breath clouded in front of them, and the whine became a soft, keening wail. Robert's eyes darted to the desk. A shadow now sat there, hunched and rippling as if made of smoke. Miss Greeley dropped her register, her hands shaking. "No one leaves until the mystery is solved," she declared, locking the door with a steely clang. Each student tried not to look at the desk, but it pulled at their gaze, their curiosity warring with a primal fear. As the lesson dragged on, the shadow grew bolder. Books tumbled from shelves, pencils rolled off desks, and a foul stench crept from the shadow's form. Annabelle, ever the brave, crept toward it, whispering for the others to cover her. Her hand reached out, and the room went pitch black. Screams, panic breaths. When the lights sputtered back on, Annabelle was gone. Only her notebook, a page torn and words scratched. Find her name. The desk now glowed faintly, its shadow pulsing.